What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Scent Bubble. Today we are talking about a fragrance that I nabbed from a discounter, and I've heard Jeremy Fragrance talk about this fragrance quite often when it comes to an affordable, extra versatile fragrance. Can you guess what it is? It's got a very unique name, and it's themed after a holiday. We'll be right back with the answer. All right, guys, if you are new to the Scent Bubble, we are dropping one episode and one YouTube short every single day until I clear out my fragrance collection. Then we will move on to more conceptual based topics. I am your host for the afternoon. Again, Jeremy Fragrance has talked about this scent quite a bit, and I happened to see it in the discounter, specifically Ross. They're popping up a lot lately. You know, Ross and TJ Maxx and these kind of places, every other month or so, a fragrance kind of lands on the shelf that you're not used to seeing. And for me, that was the case. This is from the house of, I don't even know. It's from the house of Halloween. And it is Halloween Man. That was confusing. I didn't want to say the wrong thing, but real quickly, look at the bottle here so you know which one it is. This is the Eau de Toilette. I have the 30 ml version of it, and because there's a couple different versions, so I just want to be clear as to what fragrance I'm talking about, because it seems that there are 3 or 4 different bottles of this. This is the Eau de Toilette. So from the house of Halloween, this is Halloween Man for men. And again, there's no real backstory on this fragrance other than that I've heard Jeremy Fragrance talk about it. So I said, oh, okay, let me check it out. Very unique name. Thought I'd put my nose on it, and I was very impressed. Initial thoughts for this episode. It's all over the place. It's a really beautiful blend. It's got crazy complexity to it. It is light and fresh. Quite sweet, though. I almost feel like it's a mix between like a ambery, spicy, almost cinnamony fruit. It's very aromatic. It's very light and crisp, being that it's an eau de toilette. But it's just very unique. Again, I can't make out a lot of the individual notes, but I think in the Freshie with Charm category, it's just super unique because of its kind of like cinnamon approach to freshness. Again, it's aromatic. I smell like a water note. However, it's tinged with this very, very watery, light spice cinnamon vibe. But there's got to be a lot going on in here. Let's hurry up and switch over to the actual composition of this fragrance. Okay, on the top, we've got martini, violet leaf, orange, basil. And then in the heart, we've got cinnamon, lavender, ginger flower, and orange blossom. And then in the base, we've got a very classic vanilla, amber, leather, musk. Now let's sit here with this fragrance for a second. I do smell martini, but it is very light. I do smell violet leaf, very light. I do smell orange and basil. All 4 of those notes come through very singularly as kind of one smell. So don't look at this and be intimidated to think that it's super layered. In the same way that La Nuit de l'Homme by YSL kind of has that basil-y, floral sweetness kind of translate as one smell, but it smells unique and very well blended. This similarly has that kind of vibe, but in the more fresh, airy, crisp floral type of vibe. Now, because it sits on a vanilla, amber, and leather backbone, it's got a lot of substance to it. Like, there's definitely a good amount of weight. The projection and sillage on this is slightly above fresh casual. But yeah, I can totally make out the top notes, and they pretty much maintain. Now, in the middle, there's that cinnamon. It's so light, guys. It's not a holiday fragrance at all. This is a fresh floral fruit fragrance with some amber and leather on the bottom, in a nutshell. That ginger's not distinct. It's just freshening it up. I think that lavender plays well with the violet leaf. So yeah, as far as like just picture these white and purple florals just tinged with a strong presence of martini, a hint of basil, an even tinier hint of cinnamon, and just a backbone of sweet, warm leather. This is not ombre leather. This is not, um, let's see, there's ombre leather. And what is the other Tom Ford fragrance? Tuscan leather. It's not leather like ombre leather or Tuscan leather. This almost, this is the tiniest touch of leather. You don't get animalic leather either. It's almost like very fresh cut air running through leather, and you're standing across the room and you just kind of pick it up. I really like this take on leather. The way this leather is treated, you guys know my theory on the whole 60-40 blend. The leather is less than 10% here, which makes the fragrance elegant and way more versatile. The leather is certainly the least contributing factor to this entire fragrance, but man, to me in the Freshie with Charm category, this easily stands out as one of the most unique fragrances I have ever put my nose on in the Freshie floral sweet category. It's got a beautiful way of having just forward prominent presence of florals yet not being a floral fragrance. The fruit it's almost like the orange martini cinnamon vanilla aspect, or sorry, orange martini cinnamon ginger aspect of the fragrance counterbalances the florals so well. That's why I think young people could really rock this and not feel like it's just a floral freshie. This is not just a floral freshie. This is like one of those very complex but comes through singularly to the common man type of fragrance. Okay, let's move on. Projection and longevity. Freshie with Charm, I give it about a 5 or 6 in terms of projection and sillage. Longevity, I give it about a 4 to 6 hour run. You definitely want to reapply this throughout the day, especially if you're in hot climate. I think that this fragrance is any season, any reason. Spring, summer certainly could rock out. Fall and winter is no different. You might even get a colder, crisp take on this fragrance, but it's just got such good complexity to it. I love when a fragrance can be both fresh and linear, seemingly, but then when you switch it up and you dress it up and you put a man behind it with a different outfit in a different setting, now all of a sudden it gets elegant and sophisticated. That is what to me makes a freshie, what makes a fragrance just any season, any reason, because it's one thing to be any season, any reason, but it's another thing to be able to adapt to both climate and setting. When you have something that can go both casual, slightly formal, and date night sophisticated, you really have something special on your hands. This fragrance smells way more expensive than it actually is. I feel like you should be paying, you know, upwards of $100 for a fragrance like this. The type of notes that are in a fragrance like this just scream uniqueness. Sure, we smell ginger. Sure, we smell orange and violet leaf and orange blossom and lavender and amber and vanilla. But do you ever smell those notes tinged with the beautifulest twist of leather, martini, basil, and cinnamon? No, absolutely not. I think this fragrance is ageless. Any age, any season, any reason. It can adapt to different settings. So it's not just versatile. It's not just like, oh, it can rock in any setting. I think when you dress it down, it fits the moment perfectly. But then when you dress it up and you change the setting, it suddenly starts to feel more beautified by the floral, the basil, the martini, the leather. It can certainly be upscaled. But again, it would be fresh upscale, not necessarily like prominent in your face type of presence. Price in ml. Let's look this up because I have a 30 ml bottle that I got for like $10 at Ross. Amazon. Okay, wow. A 4.2 ounce, which I believe is over 100 ml, is selling for 34 bucks. That's excellent. A 6.8 goes for 47. Guys, right now, in terms of your freshies, Halloween Man will sit in your top 5 or top 10, no question. It is a unique freshie. Pick that up for that price right now. I might even order one as soon as I get off of this video of the tall bottle for 47 bucks. I might even go on TikTok shop, see if I can slap some coupons on it. But look at these deals real quick, guys. Look at that, 34 bucks for the 4.2. I think 3.7 is 100 mil, so this might be a little bit bigger. But then over here, we got this 6.8 going for 47. That is a steal, guys, an absolute steal of a fragrance. And after smelling this, I'm interested to see how Halloween Man X and Halloween Man Hero smell, because of the sophistication that comes with a fragrance like this. Final thoughts: you need to have Halloween Man in your fragrance collection, and I can see why Jeremy Fragrance talks this fragrance up. You know, sometimes he talks up Nautica Voyage like it's going out of style, and I can flat out tell you that though Nautica Voyage is one of the most versatile, timeless fragrances of all time, or sorry, we had a little skip there. Even though Nautica Voyage is one of the most timeless fragrances of all time, I'm not going to tell you you need it in your collection because it's in a top 10 for you. Absolutely not. That's a very entry level fragrance, very linear, not a lot of complexity. This right here is both simplicity in the blend, yet complex in its application base, and you smell it differently in different settings and in different vibes because of the arrangement of the note breakdown. As you guys saw, it takes a very base of something very common, you know, vanilla, lavender, violet, amber, and then it dresses it up more sophisticated, but in such a light way that it still remains versatile. Absolutely masterful. From the House of Halloween, we have Halloween Man. Oh, this says J. Del Pozo. Matter of fact, let me just correct this, guys. Look at the screen real quick. You know, on Fragrantica, this says Halloween Man Halloween. Okay? Halloween Man by Halloween. So it might be from the House of Halloween. It might be from this Jesus Del Pozo. Either way, if you type Halloween Man fragrance online, you're going to find what you're looking for. Okay. Thank you guys so much for rocking with me in the scent bubble. Do you wear Halloween Man? I do not hear a lot of people talking about this. I imagine this has been around for quite a while, so maybe that's why we don't hear about it. I also think looking at a title like Halloween Man might be a little intimidating. People would look at a title like that and say, man, I don't even know what to expect. I don't know if this would be worth my money. In the freshie category, guys, and in the freshie sophisticated, any season, any reason, grab and go, affordability, etc., this is a stellar fragrance. And in my Freshies collection, it easily sits in the top 10 out of 150 fragrances. Freshie with charm, but extra unique in comparison to everybody in its class. And you got to put your nose on it. No need to get a sample, guys. For 34 bucks, you get the jumbo bottle and call it a day. Thank you for rocking with me in the scent bubble. I hope you guys have a blessed week. Please subscribe if you found value. I hope I earned it. And contribute to the conversation of fragrance by letting me know anything I can improve upon, things you agree or disagree with, as well as if you guys have these fragrances that I'm talking about or have any other recommendations of offshoots that are in similar DNAs. We'll be back with you with another episode soon. So keep it locked, stay blessed, have a great weekend.